I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be working with resin. It's called Clear Casting Epoxy is what it says on the box, but it is resin. I did one video before with resin, so I'm going to show you how to make these gumdrops. They are in fall Halloween colors, and I also have this little pumpkin right here, gummy pumpkin. I never did a video on my resin gumdrops before because this mold was discontinued. And then there wasn't any molds on any gumdrop molds to buy. So that's why I never did a video. But now there's lots of molds on Etsy of gumdrops. So I thought this is a good time to do the video. I also use this for the pumpkins. I use this plastic, which I don't recommend plastic molds for resin, but if you put a little petroleum jelly, which I did in this one here, and it's not a very deep mold, you can use this one for that, and I'll link that below. But as a rule, if there is something that you want to make out of resin, like we'll say this one for example, I don't suggest. I did make one and it cracked there. I did use resin in it. But if you want to make this into something out of resin, like I suggest that you make a mold out of a silicone mold, because you want to use a silicone mold for your gumdrops. This is like a soft plastic, but silicone is much better. So if you want to make molds, you would take like plaster of Paris and make a little, make your little pumpkin out of plaster of Paris, and take your plaster of Paris mold of your pumpkin and make a mold. And you can buy mold making kits, and then put your resin into the mold that you made, and that way you can make whatever you want out of resin through these molds. I hope I didn't confuse you totally with that. And I don't have my microphone on today because there's a little piece of something stuck in my phone and I can't use my my microphone, so I hope you can hear me half decent. Okay, all right, so where we're at. Okay, we're gonna make our gumdrops. I have my resin. It's very easy. A lot of people are afraid to work with resin, but don't be afraid. It's very easy to work with. And you mix 2 equal parts. Right here, I already have it measured. And wear a mask and gloves. I'm not wearing those things because I'm doing a video, but I suggest you wear a mask and gloves. And you can buy this, I don't think I said it, you can buy this from Michael's or on Amazon or my local home hardware building store. Home building store sells it as well. So that's your resin. And you're also going to need a crystal clear fine glitter. You need glue or a Mod Podge. Craft paint. I use neon orange and white for my orange. And your molds, I always have extra molds on hand as well, because you never want to throw out any resin, leftover resin, because resin is very expensive and you do not want to waste it. Okay, so get started. We are going to mix together these 2 parts. Okay, you see what I'm doing? There we go. Put that right there, and we're going to mix them together. And there is an order, but it's not a smack you in the face type order, But, there is an order, but it's not too bad. I don't think anyway. But yeah, wear your mask and your gloves, okay? Or open a window, open a door. I usually do work with resin in the house, actually. Okay, so we're going to set that aside, and then we're going to carefully mix it. And the good thing about resin is that you have like 40 minutes to work with it. So it doesn't dry quickly. Like plaster of Paris, oh my goodness. That you have to work so fast. And this is different. This you have more time. So you're going to mix it up. And the slower you mix it, the less air bubbles that you're going to get. So if you go search on Etsy, you will see lots of gumdrop molds now. I'm not going to link any because I haven't bought any of them. I only bought this one that I have years ago. And but you can go and choose which mold you want, which is a great time to make your fake gumdrops because Christmas is coming. And I have all kinds of different colors right here. I'll show you. And I got red ones up there too, but I make all kinds. I just love them. I love the fake gumdrops. So we're going to mix this up a little more, and you want it to be clear once it's mixed. And then I just use craft paint for this. You can buy different things on Amazon, which is for resin, to mix with resin, and different, I don't know, it's kind of inks, I guess, maybe. And they make, if you want to make something like a Coke drink, it makes like clear, really clear resin. So I suggest that you go check that out as well. But for these kind of crafts, I just use craft paint. So I have a little dab of neon orange here, and I'm gonna mix it in to the resin, and you just kind of eyeball it and kind of mix it in there. And I also have a little bit of white that I'm going to add to that. I'm going to add a little more. I also have some craft paint here, lime green craft paint, that I put on the little gummy pumpkins there for the top stem part. Okay, so we got some orange mixed here. Now I'm gonna add, I think I'll add a little bit of white to that right here and mix it in. Like I said, don't be afraid of resin. Just go for it. And just use silicone molds. That's what I suggest. And I have some little candy ones right here that I'm gonna, a tiny candy one. I think they're so cute. Now, okay, I think we're ready. It's mixed pretty good. And then we're just gonna pour it into our mold here. And for silicone molds, you don't have to put anything in the mold. I just for the, if you use a plastic, you have to use petroleum jelly or, okay, so then just pour it in there and do another one here. Then you're gonna have to let it cure for 24 hours. And actually in this mold, where it's like a harder plastic, well, it's a soft plastic, really. It's not silicone. So I have to actually put it in the freezer to pop them out for that one. But silicone molds, it'll just pop right out. And I'm gonna take some tiny ones here. Pour them in there. And I have some wax paper here. I always put wax paper underneath what you're doing. Kitchen table or in your workspace. Here. Okay. You can make some really cute projects out of resin. I just really like the looks of resin. Okay. There. I actually have, so you can buy mold making kits on Amazon, but I also have a video, DIY video on making your own molds. And also, Davida Lane has a video on making molds out of clear silicone and Dawn dish detergent, and I bought stuff to make. So you go check her out and watch that video if you want to make your own molds to be able to work with resin or anything really. And you can also make your own mold with a fake gumdrop. With a real gumdrop. You can make your own mold as well. Okay, so this is finished, and we're going to take this and we're just going to put some glitter on it. And I'm going to set this aside. And for black, I just use black craft paint for the black ones. And we have our Mod Podge or your glue you want to use, and we're just going to spread it on a little fake gumdrop here. Like so. Okay, and then we're just gonna sprinkle on there, our fake sugar, just like that, and then let it dry. And that's how you make your little fake gumdrops. I just love these. Awesome. So, and then for the little pumpkin stem here, I just take a little bit of craft paint and just paint a little stem part. I think I did 3 coats. Did 3 coats, I think. You let it dry, and once that's dry, you just put your little glitter on top. And let me see, I think that's everything I wanted to say about that. Oh, and if ever, you know, your resin has a little edge that you can just cut it off with a little scissor. You can trim it up very easily. So I hope you enjoyed this little video, and go for it. Go work with your resin. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.